Hello everyone. Hello Chelsea fans, welcome back to Chelsea News Today Updates. Highlights of Chelsea and Brighton and Hove Albion. Red card of the Blues defender Trevoh Chalobah was not clear to some of Chelsea fans. For the first time in 2025, the Blues ended a Premier League game at Stamford Bridge without any points. A second-half red card for Trevoh Chalobah proved costly against Brighton and Hove Albion, who made their man advantage count in the latter stages to score 3 times in 23 minutes. It had all started so well for the Blues, who were in control throughout the opening 45 minutes and deservedly went into the half-time interval ahead after Enzo Fernandez headed home from close range via a deflected Reece James cross. However, 5 minutes after the restart, a poor back pass from Andre Santos enabled Diego Gomez to break forward toward our goal before going down under pressure from Chalobah. After a VAR review, the Blues defender was sent off. It took some time, but Brighton made their man advantage count. Danny Welbeck levelled the score with a close-range header in the 77th minute, and, in stoppage time, Maxime de Kuyper put the visitors ahead. Welbeck added a third in the final minutes to round off the scoring. Maresca made 7 changes to his side. Robert Sanchez returned in goal after serving his 1-game suspension. James and Marc Cucurella reclaimed the full-back roles. Moises Caicedo was back in the Blues midfield, and Estevão Willian, Pedro Neto and João Pedro came into the attack. There was a notable buzz around Stamford Bridge before kick-off, and that was reflected in the start made by the Blues. We moved the ball crisply and instantly probed the Seagulls' backline. Bart Verbruggen had an early save to make as he was forced to scramble across goal and palm wide, a free kick from Fernandez. Cucurella then flashed an attempt narrowly wide of the Brighton goal from distance. Verbruggen was worked again inside the opening 10 minutes. It was the turn of James to test the Brighton goalkeeper from a free kick, which the Chelsea captain arched toward the top corner. Again, it was saved. Brighton posed little threat to the Chelsea goal in the early exchanges. A ball flashed across the 6-yard box by Yankuba Minte, and a free kick whipped in from the left held by Sanchez was the extent of the visitors' threat. In contrast, the Blues looked capable of opening up the Brighton backline. Estevão saw a couple of shots blocked from promising positions, but the opening goal arrived midway through the opening period. Caicedo was given too much time in midfield to pick a pass, which he slipped beyond the Seagulls' defence and into the path of James. The Chelsea captain's attempted cross clipped the leg of Kaoru Mitoma and bounced up over Verbruggen and into the path of Fernandez, who was able to crane his neck and head home. There was little response from Brighton to our opener, and the Blues fashioned a half chance to add a second on the counter, but Neto couldn't hit the target after bringing the ball forward 40 yards. Come the half-time interval, the Seagulls hadn't mustered a shot on target. A Yassin Ayari free kick that drifted harmlessly over the crossbar, and a Lewis Dunk header that did the same were the best the visitors had offered. There was a scare early into the second period when James landed awkwardly while challenging for a header. Unfortunately, from the restart, a passage of play unfolded that resulted in Maresca's side being reduced to 10 men for the second consecutive Premier League game. Possession was worked back to Santos, who, under pressure from Mitoma, tried to feed the ball back to Sanchez. His pass lacked the requisite pace, though, and enabled Gomez to bear down on goal. He went down under pressure from Chalobah, but referee Simon Hooper waved away the Brighton appeals. Then VAR intervened. Hooper was advised to go to the pitch-side monitor, and after a lengthy delay, the decision was taken that Chalobah had denied a goal-scoring opportunity and was dismissed. There were 37 minutes remaining. Maresca responded by introducing Josh Akeyempong for Santos, and Gomez blazed the resulting free kick over for the visitors. With adversity to overcome, the noise from the Chelsea supporters increased. Another change followed from Maresca soon after, as Malo Gusto replaced Estevão. Brighton head coach Fabian Hürzeler brought on Brajan Gruda and Welbeck to up the pressure on the Blues' defence. The latter came close within 5 minutes of his introduction as a Jan-Paul van Hecke shot ricocheted into Welbeck's path. He turned and shot, but the ball bounced narrowly wide. Unfortunately, from Brighton's next opportunity, Welbeck was far more clinical. The goal was excellently fashioned by Minte, who nipped beyond Gusto and fired the ball into the 6-yard box, where Welbeck was on hand to power a header home. Maresca turned to his bench once more, as Benoit Badiashile replaced Hato at centre-back and Romeo Lavia came on for NATO. The Blues' shape shifted to a 5-3-1. Brighton increased their pressure on the Chelsea goal further, and there was another stoppage after Gusto caught the head of stooping Minte. No penalty was awarded, and that was the correct call after a VAR review. A whole 11 minutes were added. In the second of those, Brighton went ahead. A corner was worked short before being clipped to the back post by Ayari. Mats Wiefer was unmarked and headed back across goal for De Kuyper to nod beyond Sanchez. James tried to mount a response as he managed to collect a long pass, trick his way past Minte into the box, where he went down under a challenge. The referee waved away our appeals for a penalty though. And, in the final moments, with the Blues trying to construct a move upfield, Brighton were able to intercept, and Welbeck was put through to score his 6th goal in 7 matches against the Blues. See you in next update, subscribe for more.